In this episode, I'm putting training techniques to the test. Should you top autoflowers? Many of you keep on telling me in the comments, and yes, I read all of them, that topping or even training autoflowers is a cardinal sin. They don't have enough time to recover. They will stunt, you will ruin your yield. And honestly, that might be true. But it is also a technique many growers swear by for improving structure and final results. I've grown gelato several times before, which makes it a perfect candidate to finally test this properly. The most efficient germination method in bro science history is the cotton pad method. You only need three things: cotton pads, an airtight bag, and spray bottle. The seed goes in the center of one pad. 3 light sprays of regular tap water. Then I cover it with second pad, mimicking a thin layer of soil to create a moist, dark environment. To trap humidity, the whole setup goes into an airtight bag. And that bag goes on top of my Spider Pharma G3000 LED, which provides just enough gentle warmth to create an ideal germination environment. Welcome to Bro Science. I do mistakes, so you don't have to. 24 hours later, I check on the seed. The shell has cracked, which is a great sign. The taproot isn't visible yet, but germination has clearly started. So it's time to move her into soil. But not before adding a little magic root powder, better known as mycorrhizae. Synergy by GrowTech is one of the best products I've used so far. Mycorrhizae form a symbiotic relationship with plant roots, increasing nutrient and water uptake while accelerating root development. Now, my application might be a little bit different from most. First, I loosen the top layer of the soil with a sushi stick, right where the seed is gonna go. Then I sprinkle a little bit of mycorrhizae on top and mix it thoroughly with the loose soil. Next, I lightly pre-moisten the soil. Nothing crazy, just a few sprays. Or 18. Okay, it was 18 sprays. The final step, humidity dome. Just like greenhouse, the dome traps warmth and moisture while still allowing light to penetrate, creating perfect microclimate for early growth. Another 4 days later, and the baby girl is born. Today is day 1 of her life. From the start, I want to give her the best possible environment, stable, controlled, and stress-free. To encourage rapid root development, I'm using Root Accelerator. It's a highly concentrated root stimulant that helps plant develop a dense and healthy root system. Stronger roots mean better nutrients and water uptake, improved stress resistance, and faster recovery after transplanting. The recommended dose is 3 ml per 10 liters. Since I'm only mixing 1 liter of water, I'm eyeing out roughly a third of milliliter into regular tap water. And that's what baby gelato gets today, applied very gently. At this stage, seedlings have a very limited root system, and it's extremely easy to overwater them. So instead of just dumping water, I'm using pipette, 10 milliliters at a time, 3 rounds, so just 30 milliliters total. She's tiny and she doesn't need more. On the day 3, she will receive 100 milliliters of the same solution. Day 5, 250 milliliters. The humidity dome stays on for the first week or 2, depending on development. It creates a stable microenvironment and slightly diffuses the intensity of super powerful LED light above. I'm running Spider-Pharma G3000 LED light together with GGS AC10 power strip kit, which gives me a real-time data on tent temperature, tent humidity, soil moisture and soil temperature, and other crucial data points. Everything is accessible in Spider-Pharma app. I can even control lights remotely. Right now, the light cycle is set to 18:6, with sunrise and sunset simulation enabled. But since it is middle of winter, temperatures drop significantly during the lights off. To stabilize the environment, I'm switching to 24/0 light cycle at 75% power. But actually there is a better way. Hear me out. Worried about cold temperatures in winter growing? Let's take a look at Spider-Pharma Grow Tent Insulation Cover, paired with a heater. To keep temperatures consistent, the heater supports GGS control, offering multiple modes and 10 adjustable heat levels for the precise adjustment. And to help that heat stay inside, the insulation cover features multi-layered warmth. Its triple-layer construction traps heat, reducing energy use. Together, they're perfect for the winter growing. And if you use discount Bro Science, you get extra 8% off. Links to all international websites are in the description. After one full week, this gelato looks pretty big for her age. The leaves are a bit dark and a bit burnt on the edges, but nothing too drastic and nothing to worry about. Environmental conditions are good, but not great. In early vegetative stage, seedlings prefer higher humidity levels. I checked and soil probe indicates 25% water content of the soil. That means I don't need to water, so I will only spray the seedling a little bit. Day 11. She gets a small drink with root accelerator, just to keep root development moving. 2 weeks into the run. The original plan was low-stress training, but her internodal spacing is extremely tight. There is barely any room to bend without risking a full snap. So this time we're topping. Topping is a training technique where the main growing tip is removed to break apical dominance. By removing that dominant tip, growth hormones redistribute to the side branches, encouraging multiple main shoots instead of just one. The result? A bushier structure, a more even canopy, and potentially better overall production. But I can't just damage my little girl without showing her any love. Today I'm finally doing something I should have probably done before the seed even touched the soil: feeding. I'm using premix by BioBees with NPK ratio of 3:3:5. For this 10-gallon pot, I'm adding 6 scoops, roughly 30 tablespoons, and mixing it thoroughly into the top layer of the soil. Blending dry organic nutrients into the topsoil increases microbial contact and improves nutrient breakdown efficiency over time. To further support microbial life, I'm adding 4 ml of seaweed and 4 ml of Alpha Boost. These organic inputs provide natural growth hormones and trace minerals that stimulate microbial activity, improve nutrient availability, and help the plant handle stress during rapid growth. Everything is mixed into 1 liter of tap water, then applied slowly, very slowly, to avoid runoff and allow even absorption. After 3 full weeks, this gelato is already showing signs of transitioning into flower. So the good news are, fastbud genetics are moving quickly. Most of the autos finish in about 9 to 10 weeks, which is impressive. Bad news? I topped her. And now she has very limited time to recover, if any at all, before full flowering mode kicks in. And as if that wasn't enough, she also starts showing signs of nutrient deficiency. The lower leaves are yellowing and becoming slightly crispy along the edges, classical early hunger signals. The soil probe is letting me know the water content of the soil, and it's relatively high, so adding more water right now would likely do more harm than good. Instead of fully watering, I'm lightly moistening the top layer of the soil, hoping to activate the dry organic nutrients I incorporated last week. Now it's a waiting game. When week 4 hit, more bad news. The lower pair of leaves, completely yellow, crispy, dead. That's never a great signal. Bro Science tip: recharge your soil with organic amendments before the seed even hits the soil. But what's done is done, and what wasn't done, well, wasn't. So now we're officially in damage control mode. I grab an all-nutrient bucket as a mixing vessel and add 25 tablespoons of 335 premix by BioBees, 10 tablespoons of bad guano by Hubi, and 2 teaspoons of mycorrhizae. Then I violently shake the bucket to properly blend this dry nutrient cocktail before spreading it evenly around the base of the plant. Next step, a quick, slightly lazy soil massage. I'm checking Spider Farmer app for environmental conditions. Soil moisture reads 10%, and microbes don't work in dry conditions. So I prepare 1 liter of tap water and add 4 milliliters of seaweed and 2 milliliters of Alpha Boost, as I want those microbes to work for me and my plants benefit. I have no time for them to strike. When watering very dry soil, especially after adding dry amendments, it tends to repel water at first and pull on the surface. That's why it's crucial to let the soil absorb slowly at its own pace. Half of the liter goes in and then pause. Let it soak. Then the second half. While it's being absorbed, I will apply low-stress training technique. I use firm but flexible rubber wire to gently pull branches outwards. The goal isn't aggressive training anymore, it's directional guidance. Open up the canopy improves airflow, reduces pest risk, and increases total leaf surface exposed to the light. 5 weeks in and things got much worse. This gelato is in full bloom, but she didn't stretch at all. And leaves? Completely burnt and crispy. They literally turn into dust when I touch them. At this point, I started suspecting a pH issue. I've never tested the pH of my tap water. But there is a strange part. I have two other plants growing alongside with her, and they're not struggling nearly as much. One of them is stopped too, so I can probably rule out training and watering as the main cause. Could it be overwatering? The soil probe shows 14% moisture. So instead of watering, I lightly mist the topsoil with pump sprayer. That way, microbes stay active, nutrients keep breaking down, and the lower root zone still has oxygen. 6 weeks passes, and there are no visible improvements. Damaged leaves don't regenerate, and autos don't magically stretch once they're stunned. That's the downside of autoflowers. Once you lose the momentum, you don't get the time back. I removed the rubber training wire. Not that it would save her, but I don't want to add more stress to already stressed plant. As the last attempt, I water with 4 ml of seaweed extract and 4 ml of Alpha Boost. Two days later, I finally did something I probably should have done weeks ago. I got TDS meter and pH pen. Drum roll please. My tap water is 270 parts per million. pH is 7.4. Not terrible. Slightly alkaline, but not catastrophic. Then I add 2 ml of seaweed and pH jumps to 7.8. Interesting. Then I add 2 ml of Alpha Boost and it drops to 6.8. Now I'm confused. It seems like plain tap water isn't wildly out of range, and once I add amendments, the pH actually lands in the golden zone. So maybe pH wasn't the root problem at all? At this point, I'm honestly lost. On paper, nothing looks extreme enough to explain this level of decline. Week 7. Nothing really changed. I'm not even sure if plant grew at all. Yes, I can see trichomes if I look closely, but let's be brutally honest, there is nothing to harvest. This grown has been one long disaster. I give her one final chance. If there is no improvement next week, I'll cut my losses and move on. Today I water with 1 liter of plain tap water, nothing added. I wish I could say I'm hopeful, but I am not. Week 8. My worst fear has arrived. This gelato looks as tiny and undeveloped as she did a month ago. There are some orange pistils, but honestly, I'm done. I'm cutting her. As painful as it is, failed growths are part of the game. I'm sure there are growers with decades of experience who could have done this better. But this is only my second year cultivating this plant. I'm still at the beginning of my journey. Let me know what you think went wrong and what would you have done differently. I love growing plants and I grow along as a gardener, learning through wins and losses. And the next one is going to be better.